Hey now, well, it's Sunday, the 29th, and the month is about over. And cheers. I was sitting there after going out and sitting in the front lawn for a while. I don't have a porch, just a stoop. So, sitting out there on the front lawn, just kind of getting my motor going. Feeling kind of slow today. Hopefully it'll pass, but some days are like that. Might be the weather. It's warmed up again and it's humid now, which always messes with me. So the main thing I want to share with you through this video is I have a treat coming up this Tuesday, and I want to thank Mauricio Alvarado of Rockin' Pins. I don't have any of his pins right handy to show you, but Mauricio is someone who I've never personally met, but have met through social media, the vinyl community, and Facebook, etc., who started a company that makes pins, for your jackets and stuff of different bands. And he's done very well with it and has aligned himself with some major bands, Gentle Giant being one of them. Well, when he saw my last video where I talked about Civilian, he's the one who, in the comments, said, you want to talk to Dereck Shulman? I can make it happen. I said, well, sure. It's happening. Thank you so much, Mauricio. Gentle Giant are one of my favorite bands, have been since I was about 14 or 15. Never had the opportunity to see them live because of where I live. But their music means a lot to me, and has played an important part in, I can think of certain things, events, times, and the music soundtrack of it are Gentle Giant songs. So to be able to have a conversation with Dereck Shulman of the band, the lead singer and one of the principal writers and one of the Shulman brothers, what an honor. Thank you, Mauricio, if you see this. Yeah, my intention is to just have a conversation. I have all kinds of questions just from following the music. Okay, so I'm not looking for people to send me questions to ask Dereck, because I ain't going to do that, all right? I'm just going to do this, have a conversation with another person, someone who's made... I'm going to move this, because it keeps... See, that's the deal. I'm watching myself, so that behind my head keeps messing with me. So, yeah, looking forward to that. I've only had a few guests. This will be a Zoom, through Zoom. I'm wearing Rick Agnew's t-shirt just by chance. Rick Agnew, formerly of the Adolescents and Christian Death and other bands, has not only been a guest on my channel here, but he's been a guest in my home, and I consider him a friend. Haven't talked to him in a while, but sincerely consider him a friend. I was out yesterday, went down to the old market, walked around because it was so beautiful. Honestly, part of what I was doing was going out just to people watch, and partially what I was doing, people watching, was watching people with their children. Is anyone else a little bit sensitized more or feeling more because of the latest madness in Uvalde? It's just one event, but it just psychically it's put an arrow in my heart, and I'm really, really sad and angry about this new world order we're dealing with, thanks to these horrible politicians and rich people who are just going to have it their way. But what I was going to say before I ranted is that while I was out and walking, I encountered a couple of beautiful women, and one of them asked me, "Are you Dereck Higgins?" I love it when that happens, especially two beautiful women. So, hello, I forget your name already. And your mom, she's just as gorgeous as you. That's where you got it from, young lady. That was a very nice moment. Thank you. I'm kind of also thinking about youth because I had a friend call me. I don't call people. I'm just not a caller. It takes a lot for me to call. So when people who know me want to get together with me, they got to call me. It's just the way I have always been, and I'm not going to change. Anyway, Stacy, I'm in the band RAF with her husband, Kelly. He's the lead singer. Well, a while back she lost her dad, and it was very traumatic for her. So when she got a hold of me and said, "I'd like to, you want to go to lunch?" And Momo, my son, wants to join us. I was thrilled, mainly to catch up with Stacy and see that she's doing much better, but also the fact that Momo, who I haven't seen since he was maybe 13 or 14, is now 16. I was thrilled that he wanted to get together because you know how teens are. After a while, you're uncool. You're an adult, And so being able to spend time with them and with Momo, his name is Morgan, and just talk to him and kind of pick his brain about how he feels about things and what's going on with him was really important and really, it just felt good. I'm glad that the young man is mentally in a good space. He's grown a lot since I saw him. And it just has me thinking about how we as adults and parents, the pace of life is crazy, and paying the bills is very stressful. The way that life is set up, it's not set up for us to effectively raise our families, but that's what we must do because you can see that the government don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about us. None of us. The money, baby. It's about the money. So, that's what's on my mind. Did play some music yesterday. Excuse me. Young lady, if you see this, leave me a note and let me know that you're watching. It was great to meet you. And I don't mind saying that when I go out in public anymore, if I'm out very long, it happens. The last time I was out, because I don't go out and just mill around a lot. The last time I was out in public, that happened, It feels great, you know what I'm saying? It's much better than having people come after you because you did something or you owe them money. Okay. So I played some music. Oh, and I did buy 2 records yesterday at Grapefruit. And it was great to see Simon Joyner. He's back from his European tour. And he had a lovely time, so I'm glad to hear that. That's encouraging because, like I said, I'm real hesitant, to travel. But anyway, played this yesterday, and when this came out, Katatonia's Dead End Kings, this is the first record I'd bought by them. When I first bought this, the vinyl community at the time, some of those people are long gone, but I was getting all this blowback about how the real fans of this band didn't rate this, especially compared to their earlier stuff. Now, I can't grab it, but I've got one of the earlier, heavier Katatonia CDs. That's how I was introduced to them, and their association with Michael Ackerfeld of Opeth. I love this album. Absolutely love this album, and I have gone all the way back and continue to listen to what they do. This one strikes a nerve in me. It was just the right time for me to hear it. It's melancholy and moody, and I love the singer's voice as well as the musical feeling. It's melancholy, it's sad, but it's a knowing sadness, It's not a stupid sadness. It's a world-weary sadness that I feel personally and relate to very strongly. So this was a wonderful listen last night. Can't recall which song titles are kind of oblivious to me, really. I don't remember them. I just remember the music. Love that album. I went to Homer's Grapefruit, and for the first time in a long time, I went to Vinyl Cup. And I'm just going to be real. I don't like the energy of that store, okay? If you folks from Vinyl Cup happen to see this, I'm not dissing you trying to cause crap. I'm just telling you the honest truth about when I walk into the store. Usually in a record store, I want to stay and look. And I walk in there and I start to look, and I feel the room, and I listen to what's going on, and I leave. So I don't know what's up with that, but I'm just telling you the truth, and I ain't afraid of being honest, okay? People are so concerned about being politically correct and offending people. That's why we have this problem with the New World Order and all these ogres and fucks in power. Because people won't stand up and say what they really feel. Stand up to the fuckers. Anyway, I found 3 records. Turned out one of them I didn't check, and I already have it. That happens. But this I didn't. And this is an artist I didn't really know about. Bernard Fevre or something. I guess he's a singer, but he also has this run of electronic albums. And this is the first one, called Suspense. This is a reissue. When I was listening to that, we got to Magnetic Spool. Speaking of song titles, I'd heard it before, and I was saying, wow. So that's who this is, and it's like, oh, wow. Because I really like it. There's still a piece of electronic music that I still vaguely remember from my childhood, from some sort of advertisement or public service announcement on TV that was spooky. I've never heard it since. I can just barely remember the melody, so I'd love it if I just somehow find that piece of music. It's very striking. But that was a fine. The other thing that I found that I really should have checked to see if I already have it is this Paul Bley Synthesizer show. And partly what got me was seeing that it's a nice 180-gram reissue. And I do like this album. When I get home and check, I've got an original. So this will be going back in trade. Love Paul Bley. But my big find, and I've been looking for this for years. It's not that it's that hard to find, but I haven't come across it. And thankfully I found a early original pressing of Song to a Seagull by Joni Mitchell. I love Joni Mitchell, and I'm only missing For the Roses on vinyl now. I have all of her albums. And this album starts like it's incredible, produced by David Crosby, how good this album starts. I Had a King. Have you heard that song? Holy shit, this woman is so special. What an artist. So I was absolutely gangbusted thrills to find this yesterday. And at a good price, because again, these old records now, some people are really going crazy with prices. Like, for example, at Homer's I didn't buy anything. There was nothing there that I wanted. But in the used section, they did have an original first run UK copy of Syd Barrett's The Madcap Laughs. And it's an original. But they want $149 for it. No. If I had that kind of cash, if I were on the Elton John level, would I spend that on those records? Yeah. Yeah, I would, to be honest. I would. Wouldn't even bat an eye, because I got the bucks, but I don't. So that's what's up. A few days ago, we celebrated the 55th anniversary of the release of the Mothers of Invention, absolutely free. I played this all the way through, and it indeed is. Frank Zappa was a genius. He really was. Whatever you want to think of him as a person, that man was a genius. And if you listen to this album and all the things that he's already talking about regarding society, already when this album came out, what, 66, 67? Look at his eyes in the picture. Nobody's fooling that motherfucker. And it's autographed, by 3 members of the Mothers. Don Preston, Jimmy Carl Black, and another guy on the inside, Motorhead. I've met several of the original Mothers of Invention. Bunk Gardner signed it on the inside. I've met several of the original Mothers of Invention. Never got to meet Frank. I've met Dweezil. I was a guest at a Dweezil Zappa Play Zappa show, including the backstage, getting to go and hang out backstage with the band. Boy, I love shit like that. Another excellent play. It had been a long time. I'd forgotten how much I like this music. Sensations Fix out of Italy. Visions Fugitives. This was an American release that they had done in 1978. Yeah, I think it was 78. This is really good. There's some repetition of tracks from other albums, but they're different versions on here. In the slightly Pink Floyd school of spacey cosmic prog. Love the band. Okay. And then I've been listening to some Depeche Mode because I love the band, and I got into listening to Some Great Reward, Blasphemous Rumors. I love the way they construct sound. Behind the Wheel is their song that I have done a cover of. Love that album. Okay, I'm going to stop there for now. Like I said, on Tuesday, I am scheduled to do a Zoom interview with Dereck Shulman of Gentle Giant. How cool is that? Take care, y'all.